Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Solon's Stewart Field for tonight's OHSAA District Semifinal match between the number 4 Solon Comets and the number 12 Uniontown Lake Blue Streaks. I am Chris Baldwin. I'm going to give you the play-by-play tonight and hopefully give you a good perspective on the game as we're going through. We are in for a real treat tonight, and as I say that, we are an hour earlier than usual. Games have been at 7 o'clock. Tonight's is a 6 o'clock start. Considering the weather was pretty nasty the last couple days, watching some of the playoff games going on and seeing them playing in a pretty constant drizzle and 40-odd degrees, it looked pretty miserable. All things considered, it's chilly. It's about 49 degrees here, but we have no rain. It's cloudy. But all in all, it should be a dry game this evening. Get ready for an exciting game. And as I say that, these are two teams that have not played each other ever, as far as we've been able to see looking back in the history books. Tonight's the first ever meeting. The number 12 Blue Streaks beat the number 11 Mentor Cardinals 3-1 to advance to tonight's match. Prior to the game, they blanked the number 35 ranked Kent McKinley Bulldogs 5-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Other than Mentor, we have no shared opponents otherwise. For fans, both of the Blue Streaks as well as the Comets, a couple games of note. 4-1 loss to Hudson, 2-1 win over Stowe, 3-0 loss to Massillon Jackson, and a 3-2 loss to Hoban. Obviously all teams that those of us here in Solon know well. We're just about to whistle up. It looks like the Blue Streaks are going to go ahead and start this one. In respect to everybody here, I will do my best with names. I don't have a roster for the Blue Streaks in front of me, so I was able to pencil some names down, but I will be probably a little slow with that as we're going through. Game is up and underway, and the Blue Streaks are already attacking. I will tell you, talking with Coach Greenhill before the game, they were able to look at a lot of film on the Blue Streaks, get a sense of how they play. And like I said, it's always interesting when you're playing an opponent that you've never played before. You don't really know what to expect. What we have seen and what we have heard is that a very, very fast, up-tempo team plays physical. Not dirty, plays physical, which is something that I know that the Comets have always enjoyed a good physical game. So I'm expecting we're going to see a lot of challenging for position as we're moving down and around. From what the players have been telling us, they're ready for tonight's game. They're pretty excited about this. This is going to be a really good battle of the midfields. The Blue Streaks are known for having a quick tempo, fast midfield that's going to be looking for every opportunity. Not too dissimilar to what we have here in Solon with the Comets. Right now, it looks as though both teams are still finding their way. We're just over a minute into the game at this point, so both teams really getting their legs under them, just trying to get used to the field and the conditions this evening. Comets are starting with their usual starting 11, with one exception, a change in the midfield. Junior Tyler Pollock is in tonight, starting in place of Brandon Silverstein. I think they were looking for perhaps a little bit more muscle in the midfield. Tyler definitely brings that to his game. Otherwise, up front, Eric Nwafu as the striker. Out on the wings, you've got Jake Moss on the right wing, Andrew Mesmer on the left wing. The center attacking mid is Noah Yonke. Behind him is Tyler Pollock, and then Eric Mesmer. In the back on the right side, Kellen Zielinski one wing. We've got Jake Moss here trying to find his way through the defense. He's going through a lot of legs there. I don't think it's going to happen here. He's going to have to look for some help. Passes that ball back out of bounds. That will be a Blue Streak throw. As I was mentioning with the defense here, we have Ryan Funderburk on the other side, and in the middle, Ben Moss, who is Jake Moss's twin brother, and Aaron Kaiser. Zach Baldwin, my son, is in goal for the Comets this evening, and that is the starting lineup. Get ready. Ryan Funderburk here with the throw. This one will be a long one. Puts the ball in on goal. Goalie makes a nice punch-out save. Kellen Zielinski tries to push that one back around. Looks like Jake Moss plays it off to, oh my gosh, plays it off to Eric Nwafu. Eric gets a foot on it, and that's a goal. Boom, boom, boom. Right there we see the power of the long throw. Ryan Funderburk puts that ball into the middle. Keeper does a wonderful job punching that ball out. It pops around, over. They find the open man, in this case Eric Nwafu, and it's a goal. Comets goal, 1-0 over Uniontown Lake at the 37-12 minute of the first half. We restart here with Uniontown Lake immediately on the attack. There is nothing like playoff soccer, and at this point, when you look at every game, the teams that win, or the teams that have won, are the teams that should win. And as we're looking through this, it's always fun to see some early matchups. You see some upsets. Yes, Uniontown Lake beating Mentor was an upset if you look at the seeding, but honestly, I think that the folks at Uniontown would say, no, we probably should have been seeded higher to begin with. But at this point, you've got teams that have won, you got teams that are used to, or I should say expecting to win, and as a result, you're going to see some very high-tempo soccer. You're going to see teams really pulling it all out, and that really is the best part about high school sports. It's seeing players that are playing, yes, for the school on the front of their shirt, but ultimately to prove that they belong and prove that they can take this team to the next level. There's a foul there in the middle. This is going to be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. Really a gorgeous night, all things considered. The weather has been absolutely awful most of this week, and as I say that, we're supposed to get more awful later on tonight, so this is a good one. There's a nice ball into the box. That one is going to be, run out of real estate, almost kept it in there. That'll be a goal kick for Zach Baldwin. Comets coming into this game after posting a 4-0 win over the Brush Arcs on Saturday. Game that really, Arcs did a nice job of really packing their box and making it very difficult for the Comets to get things going in the first half. Ryan Funderburk, who usually is assisting, he obviously had the long throw here already in this game, was at the back end of the goal for the first goal for the Comets against Brush. And then it was really second half before we saw things start up again for the Comets. The second half really was all about Xander Morales. I'm going to call him the X-Man. Nice ball by Andrew Mesmer. He finds Jake Moss. Jake is weaving his way by the keeper. Nice save by the keeper. Puts a hand on it and saves that one. Jake Moss is down. It looked like they were both going for the same ball. I think the center is going to probably call a injury timeout, as he does. Good hustle by both teams, both players going for that ball. Nice job by the Lake keeper, Nick, and forgive me, where are my notes? Nick Widmer with a nice save on that with Jake really right in his face as he was coming down here. Jake had a couple injuries earlier this year, including a pretty severe one against Copley, where he took a elbow to the back of his neck. That one unfortunately required a trip to the hospital to make sure that he was fine. I'm not sure how he's doing here. He is laying down face first on the ground. He is moving around a lot more than he was moving as Copley. Didn't actually see when they were both going for it there. Didn't see anything, out of the ordinary. So we will let the trainer here at Solon take care of Jake and see how he's doing. He is standing up now, so I think he's going to be okay here as he walks over to the side. Comets are going to go ahead and have to make a substitution. As I was mentioning on the game against the Brush Arcs on Saturday, that really was the Xander Morales show. And as I say that, here comes Xander Morales in for Jake Moss. Xander's going to be starting then at that right forward position. Xander had assisted on all 3 goals in the second half. Actually could have assisted on a PK as well. He was tripped when he won the baseline. Fortunately, we weren't able to convert on that, but he did earn the PK, so he had a fantastic half. As I say that, Andrew Mesmer, 2 goals. David Hedden, coming off of a bad hamstring pull that he's had really all season, scored a beautiful hustle goal that he just did not quit on. It's great to see. That was the scoring there, but again, the spark was the X-Man, Xander Morales, really coming through hard and doing a great job. See there, Eric Nwafu trying to get a step. Nothing really going there. If you haven't seen a Solon game before, we have, I'm going to say, 2 secret weapons, although they're really not all that secret. You've got Ryan Funderburk. He is a baseball player 3 seasons out of the year. He has got 2 twin cannon arms and just does a wonderful job with these throw-ins. His target is 6'4", Eric Nwafu. Eric getting his head on that ball again, putting it over the goal. But Eric at 6'4", being able to receive that ball, it just forces the defense to reposition around the entry, to reposition around that throw-in, and then look to see where it's going to go. Now, oftentimes Eric is double or triple teamed on that, which honestly is a good way to defend, but it leaves players open. We've seen now countless goals by the Comets just because we've got an open man, ball falls to him, picks his corner, and scores. So we'll see how that works out tonight. As I say that, do know that when we, nice distribution ball. Zach Baldwin comes way off his line to go ahead and just push that one out of danger and let the defense reset. One of the things that Coach Greenhill was very aware of when he was looking at Lake and seeing there's a foul there. That will be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. This one a little less than 30 yards out. I got to believe this is going to be on goal. We'll go ahead and let this shot line up here. As we're looking through here, one of the things that Coach Greenhill said, Lake has a really good restart. Nice ball across. Cleared there. Noah Yankee with the ball. Goes ahead and plays that one out. Lake's doing a nice job pushing that ball right back into the defensive third. Looking around for options. Playing it back. Ooh, miss hit here. Andrew Mesmer's trying to chase that ball down. Guessed one way, not the right way. Lake's going to go ahead and retrieve it and keep coming up that right-hand side. This is what we were really expecting tonight, would be a really good battle in the midfield. Nice ball there. Nice offensive push there by the Blue Streaks there. Really pushing Solon to try and hurry and get rid of that ball. Ball's bouncing around, and that one is going to stay in until Ryan Funderburg kicks it and goes out. It will be a Lake throw. As I was mentioning, with the game tonight, one of the things that Coach Greenhill had noticed, or I should say the team had noticed, preparing for this game tonight, handball there, unintentional. It will be a free kick for the Comets. Look for Zach Baldwin to come up and take this one. Looks like he's going to air this out versus going short on it. We'll see unless they have another opinion, but yeah, it looks like it'll be a long kick. Nice one over the top to Eric Nwafu, falls at his feet. Eric's going to go ahead and look for somebody to pass to. And that ball's just a little bit too far for Eric Mesmer. The restart, again, games that are in the midfield, both teams are going to be battling out. Nice ball just thrown up there to Xander Morales. Xander's got the ball. He's going to look to try and put it over to Noah Yankee. Noah's going to feed it in there, but Nick Widmer says, I got that, that's mine. Absorbs that one, takes it, and he's going to go ahead and look to see where he's going to put it from here. But games that are played in the midfield, really both teams at that point are playing small ball. They're basically sitting there trying to figure out where they're going to put it. Are they going to put it short? Are they going to put it down one side or the other? It's a whole lot of back and forth, and it's exciting to watch. It's fun to watch. And one of the things that we saw in the tape that we were reviewing in advance of this game, Lake has a fantastic restart. That counterattack, they do just a wonderful job. Substitution, Jake Moss back in the game for Xander Morales. Xander putting in some quality minutes here. We've got just about 10 minutes into the game, 30 minutes yet to go in the first half. Comets up 1-0. A Eric Nwafu goal with about 2 minutes into the game. Andrew Mesmer trying to work that ball around there. But that quick restart is a wonderful part of the game. You know, you got both teams really trying to play good short ball possession soccer. When you've got that quick restart, you're trying to look for a quick one-on-one. You're trying to look for a breakaway. Often referred to, or at least the players refer to it as a jailbreak. Nice ball by Ryan Funderburg. Ball's coming across, bouncing all over the place. There was a push there. Referee saw it, said you can't do that. That'll be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. Comet offense. Whoa, what's going on here? Eric Nwafu gets in on the ball. Goalie Nick Widmer plays that ball out to his defenders. Ball goes out. It will be a Blue Streak throw. Sorry, that's what happens when you look down at your notes to see what you're going to talk about next, and a little excitement in the middle of the field already. I am Our center is saying, I told you that ball needed to go out over there, not over there. Let's try it again. Looks like Helen Zielinski is going to have the honors this time. But as I was mentioning with Ryan Funderburk, just a really exciting, all-around, good sports athlete. He's fun to watch. He's got just that wonderful throw. But it really changes the dimension of the game when you've got a player that can go ahead and throw it 25, 35 yards and put it on goal. As a defense, you've got to support that. You've got to be looking to see what you're going to do and take essentially that distribution ball out of there. Comets are really trying to play it to Eric Nwafu and then work their other players, the other forwards, around to see what they can do. That ball comes in on Nick Widmer. It looked as though Andrew Mesmer backed into him. Tried to go up with him in his box. There's a reason why they call that the goalie box. I can't go up with him in that. And that will be a free kick. Really a goal kick, if you will, for the Blue Streaks. Both teams really, it looks like, trying to set their pace. And as I say that, Coach Greenhill felt because of the physical nature of what we had seen from Lake already, he said, you know, this is going to be one of those games where the boys have got to be willing to get out there. Looks as though Eric's got a step. He takes that ball over to Andrew Mesmer. It looks as though Eric and the defender on his side both fall together. There is a player down there for the Blue Streaks, that being the right defender. He and Eric tangled their feet together on that one. Looks as though he's going to get some medical attention. He's up walking now, a little sore, but I think he's going to be fine. As we go through the game this evening, a couple points to note about everybody that's out there. This starting lineup, we are a predominantly senior, it's an all upper class squad, all seniors and juniors. Senior group is 11 seniors. I know with the additions of 2 additional junior strikers, we've got 11 juniors on the roster as well, so it's an all-experienced group. This same team went and won this game last year 3-0 over Stowe, set up a district final against Hudson. That was a 4-2 win, and then we went into the regional semifinal against our Greater Cleveland Conference opponent, Medina. That was a Medina win, 4-1. Really good team last year. But I give you all that history to show you. The Comets have been here. They've done that the last couple of years. They've gone fairly deep in districts. Again, district championship last year. Winner of this game will go on to the district championship. We will be watching scores this evening to see how Hoban and North Canton Hoover do, because the winner of that game will be the other side of this. If it is Hoban, who is the top seed in this district, they will be hosting, and it will be either the Comets or the Blue Streaks coming to Hoban to play that one. Now, Hoban and the Blue Streaks did play earlier this year. That was a 3-2 win for Hoban. But from what we saw on the tape, that game actually could have gone either way. It looked as though the Blue Streaks did a real nice job in that game, and Hoban just came up and was able to put the ball in the net when they needed to. If North Canton Hoover wins that game, then Solon would be the higher seed, and the game would be played here in Solon, 1 o'clock on Saturday. So more to come on that. We'll be watching to see what happens here as we're going through. It's a punt by Widmer. That one's falling on the other side of half. Let's see Ryan Funderburk go up for the ball. The ball up and out, and we will have a Comet throw-in. Restart there, Eric Nwafu is now attacking. He's got the left side, plays that ball across. Oh, plays that one right through the goal box. I'm not sure if he was trying to hit the back post or trying to hit a streaking Jake Moss or Andrew Mesmer. Ball was just a little bit too far for them. That will be a goal kick for the Blue Streaks. We had something you don't usually see in the game before, and that was we are at game number 15, and rarely do you have 2 people getting their names in the scorers column for the very first time of the season, but we did have that, and that being Ryan Funderburk, which, as you've seen, does a tremendous job setting up goals, so he's really used to being the assist, the guy that's collecting the assists and the long distributions there. But Ryan was sitting at the back door and was able to get a nice goal to start scoring for the Comets against the Brush Arcs. And then in the second half, as I mentioned, David Hedden, who's been really recovering from a really bad hamstring, Liverpool earlier this season. It seems like every time he started to get going, unfortunately, he had to get shut down again. Was really excited to see him get a ball right in front of the goal, and just, he had a defender in front of him, he had the goalie there, really no big angle, couldn't really pass it, so he just had to really go through people and go through those legs, and he stuck with it and went until that ball was in the back of the net. So exciting to see them both get into the scorers column. That's 12 Comets in the scoring column this season, scoring 43 goals total in 15 games. Pretty excited about that. Andrew Mesmer trying to win that ball. Ooh, there's a foul. Both going for the ball on that. I know there was a little shoving on both sides. Andrew took the ground on that one. Our official is talking to the defender, and looks as though they're discussing how to defend or not defend, as the case may be. It will be a free kick for the Comets from just a yard or so outside of the box from the left side. The Blue Streaks are setting up, Blue Streak goalie Nick Widmer is setting up his wall. Looks like he's going to go with the two-man walls. Make sure there's no straight-on shot here for Andrew. Comet defense, we've got Eric Nwafu up front. They're coming here in the ball's coming across. This one's going to go backdoor to Kellen Zielinski. Puts the ball on that beautiful save by Nick Widmer. Zielinski put that ball, looked like he was trying to put it across, either find Eric Nwafu or Jake Moss. Nick said, "I will have none of it," and grabbed that ball out of the air and grabbed it. Here's the punt restart, falls around the 50. Ryan Thunderbrook goes up for the ball. Ball goes out. It will be a throw for the Blue Streaks. So glad that you could join us tonight. As I mentioned, we have been very fortunate to see so many games. I was talking with the good folks here at SETV. This is the 56th game that SETV has shown this year in fall sports. They've really taken it upon themselves to make sure that while not everybody can be at the games because of the limit on tickets, that they have been broadcasting so that people can watch the games from all over. I'm going to take a moment here and give some shout outs to some of the people that are watching the games tonight. Before I do that, though, Ryan Funderburk is going to go ahead and take the throw in. Comets are doing their usual setup here in the box. Let's see how the Blue Streaks handle this one. Ball comes in. Eric Nwafu goes up, puts it, put that one a little too high and over the goal. I know he was trying to go back post on that one, but that one was a little bit off, but that's all right. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Streaks. I think one of the things, just to let everybody know that this is a club here at Solon. It's called Comet Productions. We have 3 cameras watching the game. Now, yes, that same signal, or I should say that same broadcast, goes up on the big Jumbotron scoreboard here, but also it's what you're seeing here on SETV on YouTube. Quality is fantastic. I know that we've seen some productions from some of the other schools, and I will be the first to say having some video versus nothing at all is better than nothing. But I will tell you, this has gotten us used to this quality, used to this level of production, being able to see it all. And it's been a lot of fun to see this and see all this coming together. But there are 25 students part of Comet Productions. Andrew Mesmer trying to find his way around. Gets that though, puts the ball across, and that's a goal. The Blue Streaks are arguing, saying that there was a foul in there, that Andrew brought the defender down and was pushing off. Honestly, it looked like it was a boom-boom play, but I can understand that. Andrew was able to get a step on, and really, that was just a seeing eye shot. That was one where if he didn't put it on that back post, Widmer was just going to gobble it up, but just had enough on it to get it in there. That's a 2-0 lead for the Comets. This goal at 22 minutes into the first half. I should say 18 minutes into the first half, 22 yet remaining. Score now, Solon 2, Uniontown Lake 0. And once again, the Lake is on the attack. With Comet Productions, this is a student-driven club. They do a wonderful job operating the cameras, getting the signal, getting a chance to see what happens into broadcast television. As I say that, we have been so fortunate to be able to do these games, to be able to show these games so that not only relatives, friends, family, girlfriends here in Solon or locally can watch the games. But honestly, family, relatives from out of town have been able to come in and see it as well. I want to give a shout out to a couple people here. Ryan Funderburg's grandmother, Beverly Gregory from Dayton, is watching tonight with Ryan's aunt, Bonnie Robbins. They have been watching all of the games and have been loving them. Good luck to the team tonight. Thank you, Grandma. In Canada, Jaden Sussman, one of our junior middies. Jaden is one of the reserves. He plays a wonderful, skillful game. Just does a really nice job. We got a free kick here for the Blue Streaks. We'll get back to talking about Jaden Sussman here in just a moment. Ball set up around midfield. That ball's coming across, nicely played. Ball goes up. Eric Nwafu gets ahead on it. This is a little different. He's used to it getting in the offensive section, not the defensive. Lake continues to try and figure their way around and through. That ball's going to come through. Baldwin's going to gobble it up, and we will look to start it out from the back. Jaden Sussman is one of our reserve holding mids. Really plays a finesse style of soccer. He's a fun player to watch. He's one of those guys that I think next year is going to get a lot of time to be able to move that ball around. Comets looking for a quick restart here. Ryan Funderburg's going to go ahead and weigh his options. We're going to see a substitution. Coach Greenhill has said, I want to see Xander Morales over there at the right side. I'm going to pull out Jake Moss. Jake's going to go ahead and get a much needed break. And Ryan Funderburg will go ahead and put that ball in. That one is handled very easily by the Blue Streaks. And here we see that quick counter, although Aaron Kaiser comes up to stop that quick counter quickly. Mesmer to Mesmer, Eric Mesmer to Andrew Mesmer, and Mesmer throwing right off the ball. Our official's going to say, that's too hard of a push, that's going to be a PK. Honestly, that was a two-handed shove. That was too easy, son, sorry. If you're going to foul like that, you got to make sure it's just your shoulder, not two hands. That'll be a PK. We'll see who Coach Greenhill is going to decide to go ahead and take this shot. So the penalty kick with 20 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half. It looks as though Eric Nwafu, who had the first goal of the night, is going to go ahead and take this one. Nick Winmer is on his line. Our center whistles it up. Eric sees his options, puts that ball and misses to the left. Blue Streaks avoid one there. I hate to see you go down 3-0 early in a playoff game like this. Eric, I guess, faked everybody out, including himself on that one. Seeing another Comet substitution here. Brandon Silverstein coming in as attacking mid. Noah Yankees coming out to take a quick break. Looks as though the Blue Streaks, as they should, got a lot of energy with that miss. Let's see how they translate that and use that to work around on the field here. So see where we go. We got players falling all over the place. No fouls, just everybody's just trying to get position. Winmere picks that one up, and he's going to go ahead and survey his options and take the ball from there. As I was mentioning, Jaden Sussman, really a finesse style player. One of these things this year that with the seniors in front of them and the juniors as well, a little bit more physical with their play. Not saying that one's better or worse than the other, but Jaden has played but not gotten as much time as I think he would have gotten in normal time. Ryan Funderburg coming in with his backside on that one, really not playing the ball. Our center makes a good call on that. It will be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. Watching Jaden tonight are his grandparents in Toronto, Canada, that being Barbara and Leon. They have watched every game. They say, "Go Comets." We believe and we are shouting for you, and I am going to say that they probably are shouting up in Toronto right now. So glad you can watch the game. It's going to be a throw-in for the Blue Streaks. We also have this evening watching the Parrish family. Al Parrish, big fan of Comet Soccer and actually Solon Soccer Club, SSC. That's when I first met Al. He, his son Christian, and Rob Barnett are all watching the game from the couch, the comfort of the couch, this evening and cheering on the Comets. Al and family have always been fantastic fans and really love the fact that they're able to watch this tonight as well. He's not out there right now, but Noah Yankee, our starting senior attacking mid, Eric Nwafu was trying to thread the needle there with Andrew Mesmer and Brandon Silverstein coming through the middle. That's not going to happen. Quick restart on the other side. Zach Baldwin coming out on that one. Nicely done. Actually, it looked like the Blue Streaks were trying to do the exact same play down the middle, trying to thread that needle and hit the attacking guy going right through the middle. Both teams are able to take that one. Looks like Zach's going to go ahead and punt this one out. He takes a big punt on that one. That one's going to fall, oh gosh, about 10, 15 yards on the other side of the half line. You see Eric Mesmer trying to put that ball up. That would have been offsides. Goes to Winmere, and he will take the ball from there. As I was mentioning about Noah Yankee, his dad is watching the game tonight, Brandon, with his stepmom, Kara, and his, I believe, stepsisters, I should say, down in Tampa, watching the game and cheering on. And from New York, Eric and Andrew Mesmer's grandparents in Sheldrake, New York. I might have said that wrong. I know that it is outside Cornell, are watching the game as well. I know that they had a watch party down in North Carolina last week and had a good time with that too. We'll come back with some other names here shortly, but just wanted to give a quick shout out there. We've got the Blue Streaks on the attack here. Comets trying to defend. Nicely done here. Player coming up on the side. Mesmer is going to go ahead and put that ball across. Eric Nwafu is coming. Winmere, and there is the offsides. I couldn't tell, and our official didn't put his flag up until Nwafu was on the ball, but that ball was offsides about 10 yards beyond the half line. So the Blue Streaks will take over with the free kick here. Eric got a little antsy on that one, a little too excited. Ball starts in, played off to the side. Nice possession soccer, playing it through the middle. Hit the corner, nicely done. Ben Moss comes over and kicks that one out, allowing the defense time to set up. We'll see a throw in. It's being from about the 30 yards out. Oh gosh, and that one plays off Ryan Funderburg's leg and out of bounds. That will be a corner kick. This will be our first corner kick of the evening. First set piece for the Blue Streaks. Move over so I got a little bit better angle here to see how this one's coming up. So Blue Streaks are going to set that up. Baldwin's got his defense in line. Ball comes across, nicely played. Ball comes back door. That ball's bouncing around. It is cleared out and around by Tyler Pollock, giving the offense time to set up. Andrew Mesmer tried to pick the pocket of the defender there, but he played that one well. Andrew just fell over. That's going to be a card. Or excuse me, that's going to be a foul. And whoops, looks as though maybe I did call it. Is that a card? He did put up his hands to stop the clock. Yes, it is. Gosh, I guess I'm going to have to just say I've seen enough soccer now that I can see a foul and say, oh, wait a minute, that's a card. Andrew kind of leaned in on that one and honestly definitely deserved a call. Andrew's going to come out on the yellow card violation. Jake Moss is going to come back in. Looks as though they're going to switch sides, so Jake's going to be probably on the left forward position to keep Xander Morales on the right. It's going to be a free kick for the Blue Streaks, just past midfield. Referee's coming over to give some instruction to Coach Greenhill. Should mention the coaches this evening for the Comets because they don't get enough credit for all the time and effort that they put in with this program, not only during season but out of season. Head coach Ryan Greenhill. Ryan is a Solon grad, played on some of the more successful Solon teams in the 2007-2006 years, those being teams that went to regional finals. But really great to have a Solon grad back, knows the program, knows everything about it. With him, Richie Webb, player, friend of his from Hiram, who played soccer from England. Richie's going to be headed back across the ocean to London later this year. Beautiful ball played in. Attacking Blue Streak player wasn't able to get a foot on it. Zach Baldwin grabs that ball. Looks as though he's looking for a short distribution, but no, he's going to go ahead and punt this one out and try and get the ball set. Blue Streaks pushing back into a defensive position. Zach gets all of that. That one's fallen about the 30. And so far, ball is still in the air, bouncing around. Had a Blue Streak player go over the back of Jake Moss. That is a foul. It will be a free kick from about 40-odd yards out. Also want to mention Caleb Capron also a Hiram alum soccer player. We have a lot of Hiram players here. And finally, our newest addition to the coaching staff here at Solon, Jason Bibza. Jason was the head soccer coach, head boys coach at Aurora. His son was going to start playing college ball, and he wanted the ability to go wherever he wanted to and not stick to a schedule. Jake Moss plays that ball in. He's trying to find Eric Nwafu. Flag goes up. Somebody jumped a little too soon on that one. I'm going to guess that was either Xander Morales getting a little too excited or Eric Nwafu. Will be a free kick for Nick Winmere to play that ball off. But Jason Bibza, again, fantastic coach at Aurora. He's been a great addition. There are coaches that shout out orders, and then there are coaches that give you great explanation, explain the soccer, the game to you in terms of what you're seeing and how it's done. I will tell you that I think one of the strengths of the Solon program is that the players all have generally really good soccer IQ. And when you see somebody like Coach Bibza joining the team, you just see exactly how it all comes together. There's a push there. That doesn't happen often. Eric Nwafu hits the deck. Our center today did not catch his name. He's going to go ahead and have a free kick for the Comets, this being about 35 yards out on goal. It looks as though the Blue Streaks are going to set up their defensive line about the top of the penalty box. Ben Moss, brother of Jake Moss, is going to go ahead and take this. Puts the ball across. Ball goes up. Xander Morales puts that ball up. Hits off the top. Eric runs across, trying to put it through. It is cleared on the line by the Blue Streak defender. Comes back down to Eric. Eric plays it over. Ball is cleared. Nicely done, both sides on that one. That was exciting to see. Aaron Kaiser puts that ball back in. Nick Winmere is going to grab that one. Great defense, great offense. That's what we were expecting to see here. Both teams really battling it out. A couple saves on the line there. Give credit where credit is due. Well done, Blue Streaks on defense. Winmere puts that ball up. And Aaron Kaiser is going to play that ball out and around and out of here. And we have a foul, and he's going to call. Apparently this is one of those plays where the attacking striker hit the the center defender's foot after the ball was played, and literally spun him around. And our officials saw that. Sometimes those are the plays that are not seen. Pulled the card on that. Apologies to our Blue Streak supporters watching the game in Uniontown or wherever. I don't have a roster in front of me, otherwise I'd be saying your players' names. Forgive me for that. Baldwin is going to go ahead and play this ball out. Puts the ball across the top. It's going to fall right at the top of the penalty box. Nicely defended. Didn't see who got the head on it. It was a Blue Streak defender. This will be a Ryan Funderburk throw-in. So on these throw-ins, Ryan Funderburk is looking for Eric Nwafu on the throw. Eric's job is really to put that ball across or down to let one of the other Comet attackers fall onto the ball. Ball's going to fall a little bit short this time around. However, look at that. Wow. Eric Mesmer got that ball right at the top. He one-touches it, puts it a little bit wide to the left side, but that was if the ball had been on frame, it would have been on goal. Nicely shot. It will be a goal kick for the Blue Streaks. We are just down to just about 11, a little bit less than 11 minutes left in the first half. It's 2-0 Comets. Goals from Eric Nwafu to start the scoring off. And Andrew Mesmer. As we see the ball going through, Eric gets it open, puts a nice ball at the post. Nicely defended by Nick Winmere. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Had to move microphone down so I could get a quick sip of water there. Ball's going out, and that will be a throw off of Kellen Zielinski's head. It will be a throw for the Blue Streaks. Entertaining first half. Both teams really trying, both teams playing exactly what we thought we'd see. This is the style of soccer that Solon does. Possession soccer, looking to try and find the open man, trying to get away from the 50-50, so to speak, the 50-50 ball that could go either way. Short passing until you find the open guy, play it across, go from there. As I say that, ball goes back to Zach Baldwin. He's going to go ahead and play that ball up, playing it safely there. Nicely played off Brandon Silverstein's head. Jake Moss is going to try and turn the corner of the defense. Nicely defended. He's going to put that ball across. Goes in a little bit too deep. Ball's going to go right to Winmere. He's got that one. He's going to go ahead and take it from there. Blue Streaks playing a nice game out of the mid. Really trying to quick counter or quick restart. So far they've really not had a chance to do that. We have seen it at times, just haven't seen it consistently. Hard foul there in the middle. That was a shoulder there by the Comets. That'll be a free kick for the Blue Streaks from about what are we looking at? Official's going to say move it back. It's going to be about 50-odd yards out. From what we've seen, Blue Streaks have a nice free kick. This one seems to be falling right about the top of the penalty box. And that one's going to go a little bit deeper, trying to get ahead on it. Eric Nowaf is able to get ahead, try and push it out. That ball's still bouncing around. Kellen Zielinski puts it up. Zach Baldwin comes out, grabs that one, takes it out of danger. Zach's going to go ahead and look through his options and play that ball off to the side, off to Ben Moss. Comets are trying to stretch the field here. Oh, they had an opening. Eric Nwafu is off. He tangled with one of the defenders, took the ball. Oh, nicely defended by Nick Winmere. Eric Nwafu hits the ground on that. Honestly, I didn't see a foul on that. It was both guys going for the ball. Eric is slow to get up. The Solon bench noticeably is a little bit nervous when one of your best players comes down. As I say that, we talk obviously a lot about Eric's athletic ability. Just a fantastic kid, wonderful family, really fantastic student. Academically, he is up there. Be a long throw in for Ryan Funderburk. Official, we are going to have a substitution. Andrew Mesmer is going to come in for Jake Moss. Jake is limping just a little bit there. I'm not sure if he might have pulled something earlier. Official whistles it up. Yeah, it looks like he's got a cramp. Ryan takes the throw, puts that one right on goal. Winmere uses his hand to push that ball out. That hits the goalie, or excuse me, hits the football crossbar. That's going to be a corner kick. This will be the first corner kick for the Comets tonight. Andrew Mesmer is going to go ahead and tee that ball up. Comets are figuring out their offense on this. Kellen Zielinski is trying to distract the goalie. And now he moves out. Ball comes across. Andrew's going to put this one high and back. Ben Moss is able to go up with it. Isn't able to bring it down though. Trying to weave that corner. Ball comes up and around. Goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Comets. Cue Ryan Funderburk for this one. We've got just over 6 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first half. Comets are on the attack. Really, possession has been predominantly with the Comets so far. There have been several good counterattacks and for the Blue Streaks. Here's Funderburk's throw. That one's on goal. Oh, wow. Winmere had to stretch all the way out to get that one. Well done, goalie. Well done. Really nicely done, grabbing that ball and falling on it. Scores points on that when he goes up for those. He's going to go ahead and figure out his options and go from there. Ball bouncing around the middle. This is what we are looking for from the Blue Streaks, or what we saw. Really a nice, quick attack. 1 minute in front of your goal. Next minute, counterattack is on, moving the ball down the field. That one really trying to set up that breakaway or that one-on-one with the keeper. That was literally just 2 steps away from just that. Not sure exactly what our official is trying to do here. Looks as though it looked like it was a Comet ball. He said no, that's a Blue Streak ball. So that would be a throw for the Blue Streaks. It's really about the top of the penalty box. Xander Morales gets the ball, plays the ball up and across. It's going to be a foot race to see who gets this one first. Ball's played out. Andrew Mesmer is trying to stop it, gets his foot on it, and it looks as though it's a Comet ball. Ryan Funderburk, quick throw. Eric Nwafu is trying to get around there. He comes down. That's going to be a foul card. This is one where I'm curious to see what the official thought. If that was the last defender back and he brought the player down, that's a red card. I'm not sure what we're going to see. I think I'm seeing yellow. Definitely a card. I'm just not sure which. And that's a yellow card. Both guys were going for it. They tangled. There was nothing purposeful about that other than both guys trying to get the ball. Eric did have a step on the defender. The defender took him down. Honestly, players are coached to do that. You don't want to give up the one in the goalie, so to speak. Run on from there. Right now, Xander Morales is lining up to take the cross. Xander does not usually take these, so this is going to be a little bit different. I'm curious to see how we play this. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left in the half. We had a stop because of the yellow card violation. This ball is about 3 yards from the top of the penalty box. Xander gets some direction from the coaching staff. We've got the Comets attackers on the far side of the box. Looks as though Xander's going to request our center step off 10 yards. The wall is getting their signal here from Nick Winmer. Xander's going to go ahead and take this. I have my son has played with Xander at Cleveland Force Club. He can put this one on goal, which he does. And Nick Winmer does a nice job flagging that ball, grabbing it and taking it from there. Nicely defended. Winmer goes ahead and plays the short distribution out to the side. Talking a little bit more about the players here as we see Comets trying to put some pressure. Kellen Zielinski with the header there. I got to tell you, Kellen's one of those players that I just love watching play. He has got such fantastic speed. Ball played across here to Brandon Silverstein, nicely heads it and then headed out of danger by the Blue Streak defense. Here comes that counterattack. In this case, Tyler Pollock stops it before it starts. Andrew Mesmer with the ball plays that off to Eric Nwafu. Eric looked to be offsides, and our line judge says he was. So that will be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. Kellen Zielinski has been a forward throughout his entire soccer career. This year, coaches said, hey, we really need some help in defense. I know that he begrudgingly said, all right, coach, I will do what you need me to do for the team. Here we are 15, 16 games later. Kellen has been lights out on defense. If you asked him, he would tell you he's having a blast. Mainly because he was an offensive player. He knows what those guys are all thinking when they're coming up here, knows which foot they're trying to put it on. He thinks like an offensive player, and as a result, just plays the ball beautifully on defense. Seems to anticipate exactly what's going to happen next. Up top, Andrew Mesmer, one of our captains. Andrew is a senior. Andrew also plays for Cleveland Force Soccer Club. I've had the pleasure of watching Andrew play, his entire high school career and coached him as well. It's a hard foul there. That will be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. Andrew scored probably one of the most incredible goals I've ever seen in high school soccer. Our final game of the year against Revere, it was a half bicycle, just a beautiful kick. I will tell you, the confidence to take and make a shot like that. Free kick here by the Blue Streaks. This ball coming in nicely in. Goes up to put the header. That ball missed a little bit high. It's going to go ahead across the end line. That'll be a free kick for the Comets. But just the confidence to have a player like Andrew that says, hey, I can get that ball and I can put it in. I know that he pressed the socks off a lot of people here that were watching that game. I've seen Andrew play. He just has a wonderful, I'm going to say, not hand-eye, but in this case, eye-foot combination of knowing where his feet are going to be in the air and how to get the most leverage off of that ball. Saw him make some really amazing goals here over the last 4 years, but nothing like that goal. That was really impressive all the way through. Long throw there by Kellen Zielinski. That ball's going to go out. That will be a Blue Streak restart, and they restart it very quickly. Ball's bouncing around. Tyler Pollock can play that ball. Playing a little boom ball right now, just kicking the ball around. Both teams trying to figure out where they're going to go with it. Ball comes across there. Always like the restarts here. Got Blue Streaks coming across the middle. Nicely defended by Ben Moss. We are just 2 minutes left in the game. Ball gets played out by Ben Moss. That will be a throw. Blue Streak seems like they have really turned it up a whole level here. They're playing a little bit harder. They're playing a little bit faster. You can see it. They're definitely going for that ball a little bit harder. Be a throw in here for the Blue Streaks. Ball's played nicely into the box. Ben Moss is able to get ahead on that one. Ball's going to go out, and I'm not sure that yep, it went out. It will be a free kick, a goal kick for the Comets. Talking about a couple of our other players I mentioned Xander Morales. Xander also plays Cleveland Force. Xander is just one of those players that I think he's played literally every position on the field with the exception of goalie. Just tremendous confidence, skill set wise. Nicely played there by the Blue Streaks. That ball, Aaron Kaiser was able to get a head on it, but the ball went up. It was something the Blue Streaks were ready to jump on. As I mentioned before, they are really pushing hard right now. Man open down the side, coming across. Ben Moss plays that ball out, give the defense a little bit of time. We are down to 50 seconds. Look for a quick restart here by the Blue Streaks. This being one of their best scoring opportunities here. Ryan Funderburg's going to punch that ball out. It'll be another throw again. We've got our ball boys really working here to get that ball in. Ball comes back and comes across. Nicely played, guy. Man on the back door. Oh, a little bit behind him. He made a beautiful run on that ball. Just a little bit behind him. Had to come back on it, and that ball's going to be offside. So it'll be a free kick for the Comets. With about 20 seconds left. It will go from there. Let me take a second just to mention with Xander, he's played every position out there. He is strong, just a really smart player. Just seems to know where to be or where to send that ball before he ever puts it across. Zach Baldwin's going to go ahead and play this free kick. Really just kicking this one away so that both teams can go ahead and get into halftime here. So it is 2-0 Comets at half. We are halfway through this district semifinal. Goals so far by Eric Nuafu to get the Comets on the board. And then Andrew Mesmer, who is the team leader in goals right now with 10, scores his 11th to make it 2-0. Comets could have made it 3-0 off of a penalty kick. Eric Nuafu was looking to get his second goal tonight, but put that ball wide left. So far, it's been a very entertaining game with both teams going back and forth, really trying to establish their game. Go ahead. We're going to be back here for the second half in about 10 minutes. Go ahead and get some dinner or get a quick snack, and we will see you back here shortly. Welcome back to the second half here from Solon. Comets up 2-0 right now over the Blue Streaks. Comets are going to go ahead and take the restart here for the second half. Ball is played up. And he's streaking Andrew Mesmer. Gets the ball, plays it over. Ball's going to go out. Be a goal kick for the Blue Streaks. Very entertaining first half. And as I say that, the final 10 minutes of that game, final 10 minutes of the first half, really the Blue Streaks turned it on. I think a lot of what we were expecting to see throughout, I don't know if they got comfortable or what, but really played some nice attack there. I'll be curious to see what adjustments were made at halftime and see where the ball goes. Looking over here, the starting lineup, be a throw in for the Blue Streaks. Looking at the starting lineup, from what I can tell, it looks like it's the same lineup that the Comets started the game. Yankees back in the center. Eric Nwafu takes the ball. He's going to go ahead and run onto this one. Fender comes up, puts that ball shot hard, but to the left side of the goal. It will be exciting. When it's all said and done, it's a goal kick for the Blue Streaks. Both teams making adjustments at halftime. Curious to see what we see and how both teams take advantage. They've now had 40 minutes to see what each team does well and where there might be weaknesses. Chance for the chess playing, if you will, from the coaches to figure out exactly how they want to play the ball and where they want to take it. Comets are trying to take that throw, but our center says no, that ball was off the Comets. That will be a Blue Streak throw in around midfield. My name is Chris Baldwin. I am doing the play-by-play this evening to our Blue Streak fans. My apologies, I don't have a roster other than I know that your goalie, know your goalie's name, so you're going to hear his name a lot. But unfortunately, I don't have a roster otherwise, but I do hope you are enjoying the SETV production this evening. Chance to see the game if you weren't able to make the trip to Solon. Ball goes out. I'm a little lost here as to what the call is. We have a Blue Streak player down. It looked as though Nwafu and he were both going for the same ball. It looked incidental contact, but a little sore. See a captain's armband on there. Be a long throw for Ryan Funderburk. This being about midway at the 10-yard box. Ball comes in and around. It's going to pop to the middle. That ball gets nicely cleared. Header by the Blue Streaks. Blue Streaks play that ball back. This is one part of the game that, looking over some film from other teams, other games, Blue Streaks have a really nice counterattack. Beautifully played, but Noah Yankee was just a step off on that one. Almost timed it, was able to get around the defender, but was just a step too far. Our line judge was right on that one. It will be a free kick around the 20-yard mark for the Blue Streaks. Plays the ball off to the side. We do have a halftime score from Hoban. North Canton Hoover and Hoban are tied at 0 at halftime. And we'll relay scores as I know a little bit more here. So far, that's all I've heard. Andrew Mesmer tried to play that ball off. Didn't play that ball to anyone but the defender. Comets are going to look to restart it. Jake Moss playing the ball off to Kellen Zielinski, trying to do a quick give and go. Couldn't figure that one out. This is one of those chess matches, see who gets the ball and where it go from there. It'll be a Blue Streak throw. Both teams looked as though they got energized here at halftime. We're seeing both teams coming out with a lot of energy, trying to reestablish control. If we look at possession the first half, Comets really dominated possession. But as I say that, the Blue Streaks restart and counterattack is very, very good as advertised. And they've had several nice streaks down the field. Nothing has converted just yet. Didn't see that call, but our center says there was a push off. It will be a Comet free kick from about 30 yards out. We're starting to get into the danger zone here with the shots and the restarts for the Comets. This one is either going to be Jake Moss or Andrew Mesmer taking the kick. My money's going to be on, Ben Moss. And Ben steps over, Andrew takes it, plays the ball across, tries to hit. Wow, he got nailed on that one. Tries to hit a Comet in the middle. I missed back there, that being number 3, Ryan Funderburk. Got run over on that one, but good defense there by the Blue Streaks. You are watching semi-final ball here. Winner goes to the district championship on Saturday. Comets up 2-0 at this point, but honestly, this game is really in the balance. If you're the Blue Streaks, you've had several successful attacks. At this point, you know where the Comet defends, how they like to defend, and where they like to play that ball around. So you're looking to get yourselves on the board. Again, it all starts with one goal. Get that first goal and then try and build from there. Comets are going to look to try and get this game put away early in the second half. They're going to be looking to get that third goal. It's a player years ago, played for Kent Roosevelt back in the late 80s, graduated in 90. That third goal in a game like this, whether you're down 2-1 or 2-0, that third goal was always the killer, because if you had energy, if you were starting to take possession and starting to move that ball, as soon as that other team got that third goal, it always hurt. It was always that moment of, shoot, we tried so hard and yet now we're still down by 3. As I say that, if you're able to get that goal and come back, put that lead in half, 2-1. Suddenly you have renewed energy. Hey, we got one, we can get another. We'll see where it goes. So both teams really trying to establish the midfield. This is one of the parts of the game that I thoroughly enjoy. Ball over the top. Eric Nuafa's in a foot race. It's going to be he and the keeper. Goes over the keeper. Foot. He's going to see if he's got the angle. He's got it. Count it. There's goal number 3. Second goal of the night for Eric Nuafa. Comet goal scored at the 33-14 mark of the second half. Ball was played over the middle. I did not see who made that kick. I want to say it was Ryan Funderburk. Eric just was able to get 3 steps in front of his defender. Nick Winmere came off his line, which he should. Eric was able to move it around him and took it off to the side and put it in. It's now 3-0 Comets. Blue Streaks immediately put that ball into the left-hand corner, trying to restart it. Eric gets the ball again. See what Eric's going to do here. He's going to play this ball off to Jake Moss. The ball, I think, is a little bit too far to Jake to get to. Our defender is going to go ahead and push that ball out. And Jake got a foot in there, and that's a call. So that would be a free kick in the corner. I imagine our center is also going to have some words for Jake about playing just a little too aggressive there, as he should. As we start the second half, got a text from my dear wife Jody saying, hey, can you please say something? Can you please give a shout out to Minor and Ivan Jaffe? This would be Jake and Ben's grandparents. They're watching from here in Solon. Hope you are enjoying the game. Your boys are playing great. Give them a big hug when you see them later on this evening. Also want to give a shout out to the man who put me in the box to do broadcasting for SCTV years ago when my older son was playing, that being Mr. Bruce Rutsky, who has never seen a play bad for the Comets. It's always been go Comets all the time. Have a foul here in the middle. I'm not sure exactly what the Solon bench is yelling about here. I think maybe they were thinking card. I didn't see it as a card. It'll be a restart for the Comets around midfield. Ben Moss is going to go ahead and take this one. Imagine he's going to play this one up. He does. Ball's going to fall right about the top. That ball is nicely cleared by the Blue Streak defense. So they work the ball out and around. Ball comes off to Ryan Funderburk. He's going to play it in the middle. Fortunately, really no target there. And the ball's going to get pushed back. Kellen Zielinski pops it on over to Jake Moss. Jake's trying to find an angle. What the Comets are doing here is really just nice possession soccer. If you don't see it on one side, play it back, restart. Let's play it across, cross that ball, see if we've got another attack on the other side we might be able to try. It's something that you see with, I'm going to say, some of the more confident, mature teams. Here we see the counterattack from the Blue Streaks. Blue streak forwards coming down the middle. Played ball off to the side, nicely done. Plays it across. That ball's going to come over. Zach Baldwin off his line. Lets that ball go. It is a goal kick for the Comets. That's exactly what we've been talking about with the Blue Streaks, what they're known for, just a really nice attack. We have a quick substitution for the Comets. Xander Morales is going to come in to take over Jake Moss's position at the right wing forward. We are 10 minutes into the second half, 30 minutes yet to go in the game. Since I was talking about my days at Roosevelt, I want to give a shout out to one of the teachers at Lake, Uniontown Lake, who I graduated with back in the day, who's been trading some nice comments with me back and forth, that being Mike Stadoulis. Mike was a legend at Kent Roosevelt High School on the basketball court. I know that he's a teacher at Lake. Gary Paskey, also Kent Roosevelt grad, had some nice comments for both Mike and I as we were going back and forth talking about the game tonight. Mike had mentioned, hey, always going to say, want to see your son do well, but I got some of the Blue Streak players in my classes, and I, of course, am going to be cheering for them. Mike, thank you, and I hope all is well. Ball's played back. It's going to be centered in. That ball nicely coming down. Zach Baldwin was going to have to play that one off the bounce. I think he misjudged that one a little bit. When you are down 3-0, at this point, your season is essentially done in 30 minutes. You got to go ahead and you got to start pulling out all the stops. I think what we're going to see here as we go a little bit deeper into the game is the Blue Streaks pushing their players up. That was a hard foul. That's going to be a card. And I'm not sure, but I think that might be the second yellow. And wasn't able to see from my angle if that was a yellow or a red card. Let's see, there's a substitution, so that was just a yellow card. But as I say that, you really look to try and push. I'm not saying that you're looking to play physical or play dirty ball, and no, Blue Streaks are not doing that at all. They're playing good physical soccer. But when your season is coming down, you got to pull out all the stops. You got to run a little bit harder. You got to push a little bit harder. You got to make sure that you're setting up those opportunities. We're going to see a kick across. Ball comes right to goalie Nick Winder, and he will take that ball and try and get the quick restart with a quick punt. Ball's going to come down the middle. Tyler Pollock's going to go ahead and play that ball and try and get it back on the offensive side here for the Comets. Eric Nwafo plays the ball back. Eric took a hard ball to the face there. Nicely played back to Xander Morales. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it, but looked like it was a, hey, wait a minute, that was nicely played. I guess I was supposed to be up there to receive it. Ball goes off from there. Talking a little bit more about the Comets. Chance for us to discuss, since we don't know what games will be our last. I know I was talking about Andrew Mesmer. Let's talk about Andrew's younger twin brother, Eric. We have some Comet substitutions coming in. Trying to see exactly who's coming in where. I see Brandon Silverstein coming in. I see Nick Satari. Nick Satari will come in for Andrew Mesmer. Nick is one of our forwards. And Eric Nwafo coming out. Looks as though Brandon Silverstein is going to come in at that striker forward. Brandon is a junior. Really has been playing a lot of holding mid. Honestly, I think they're going to convert him to one of the strikers next season. He's definitely got the leg for it. Ball bounces around there in the middle, nicely defended by the Blue Streaks. Brandon, one of those players, when COVID hit and everybody was sent home, he hit the weight room and put on a lot of muscle. Just a really hard-nosed player. Great set of skills. He has been playing mainly the holding mid this year, but honestly, I think his passions and his position are going to be striker forward next year would be my guess. I started to talk about Eric Mesmer, that being Andrew Mesmer's younger twin. He has a twin who he's a cross-country runner. Eric was on the varsity last year as a sophomore. Just really great skill sets. Just a very confident player. I don't know if he gets that from his brother, Nick Satari, trying to time this one up. Just Eric plays really well. Smart soccer. Always trying to see what more he can do. But just like his brother Andrew, they both seem to have a knack for being in the right place at the right time and have just a whole lot of confidence in their skill sets and their abilities on the field. So fun to watch as they're going here. Nick Satari, who came in here at the top of the box, playing that left forward. That's him falling down there trying to get that ball. Nick has got just fantastic speed and has just a laser shot. He's one of those players that if he sees an open look, he will take it and he will put it on goal. Xander Morales playing on the right wing, trying to find the streaking. I believe that's Brandon Silverstein. Brandon's coming across. Brandon's leg takes that ball goes out. That will be a blue streak throw. And our center's going to go ahead and push him back here a little bit. With the Comets up 3-0, I think Coach Greenhill's probably going to be cycling through his lineup a little bit, wanting to make sure that he's giving everybody some time. Obviously not wanting to give up an inch as far as the game itself goes, but really he's got a very strong bench, a strong set of reserves, and making sure that they're all getting in there and getting a chance to play and getting that playoff experience. Ball comes over. In this case, I think Noe Yankee wanted to receive that, but knew he was in an offside position, so let that ball go up to the blue streak keeper. He's going to take it from there. We have, I want to give a quick shout out to the Solon Soccer Club. Solon is our club soccer that really, this is where the boys get their first touch of competitive soccer. It's the first chance that they really get to see exactly the style of soccer that the high school plays. We're very fortunate that Coach Greenhill, when he is not coaching the Comets, is a coach with SSC. It's his chance to start working with the kids, I should say with the boys when they're younger, starting to work on the skill sets that he wants to see. And yes, I think he gets a chance to see exactly what's coming up through the system. As I look at the team that's out there, I should say our team right now in that varsity lineup, I'm going to tell you probably 98% of the Comets bench and forward and starting lineup played SSC. Honestly, both my boys, Zach and Ryan, played from the very beginning all the way through. Fantastic experiences. Really, really enjoyed it. And I would say any young soccer fans that are out there watching the game tonight, if you dream of playing in a high school game on Stewart Field or in a playoff game like what we're seeing tonight, it starts with SSC, and I would highly encourage you to get out there and start playing because we're going to need some great players coming through the lineup. It's a free kick here for the Blue Streaks. They're going to go ahead and take this. This is about a little over 40 yards on out. Ball comes nicely played off the top. Zach Baldwin comes off his line, grabs it, says that's mine. He's going to go ahead and play that ball up and around. Plays that ball off the side of his foot. I don't think that's exactly what he intended on doing. The ball goes out. It will be a Comet throw. Give me a second to brag about my son, Zach. Zach has been the Comets' starting goalkeeper from the 4th game of his freshman year. He's very fortunate to have the opportunity to get in. And honestly, was he this good when he was a freshman? No, not at all. At that point, it was all about confidence, having raw skills, but really learning how to do that. It has been an ultimate pleasure getting a chance to watch him in goal now for 4 years and seeing him playing now, second time out, deep in the playoffs. I would remind any younger player, Zach's freshman year, we were playing Walsh Jesuit, a game that unfortunately was probably one of his worst. Nothing like saving your worst game for the playoffs. But it was one that I know that he learned from, and when Comets beat Hudson 4-2 last year to win the district championship, I know that Zach was loving it even more because he knew where he had started from and where he went from there. But it has been a pleasure for Jody, my wife, and Zach's mom to watch the games and to see Zach out there. Want to give a ball's coming near, attacking on our left side by the Blue Streaks. He's got an open look, nicely shot. Oh, Baldwin with a heck of an arm to put that ball over. That was going in. Talk about an upper 90. It was a seeing eye shot. It was going. Baldwin puts his hand up and puts that one out. It will be a corner kick. Give credit where credit is due. Hell of a save. And it was a great shot. It will be a corner, second corner tonight for the Blue Streaks. Played nicely on the ground. Ball's coming across, goes out. It will be a goal kick for the Comets. We give a shout out, since we're talking about Zach, to both sets of grandparents. I want to say hello to Shelly in Buffalo, or Nana as Zach calls her, and her friend Bruce. Bruce being a soccer star who is sharing with Shelly exactly what's going on and what she should be looking for. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that. And to Zach's other grandmother, my mom, Sally in Kent. Oh, ball's played back. Ball's going to come across. Nicely done. Pushed out of bounds by the keeper. Looks as though the Comets are going to try a quick restart. I'm not sure exactly why the referee's calling the ball. There we go. Ball comes across, trying to win the baseline. He comes down. That will be another corner for the Comets. Nicely done by the Blue Streak goalie, Nick Winmere, on that one. Saw the ball was coming across, was able to make the save, push it out. Those are ones where you just need to get it out of there. Push over and see what happens. Noah Yankee is going to go ahead and make the corner kick cross here. Arms up. Comets crashing the box, puts this one right on goal. Andrew Mesmer tries to time it. Excuse me, Ryan Funderburg tries to time it. Ball goes over and out. It will be a long throw. Cue up Mr. Funderburg for the throw. Again, Zach's other grandmother, my mom Sally, Grandpa Dale, watched the game with Uncle Alex and Aunt Cassie in Silver Lake. We appreciate it. I know Zach loves hearing you and watching you guys play. Nicely done. Beautifully defended on that. Funderburg with a beautiful cross over. It looked as though Noah Yankee got his foot on the ball. Nicely played by the keeper for the Blue Streaks, pushing the ball over. Funderburg plays that ball up and around. Silverstein tries to hit Nick Satari, trying to get the ball over. Nicely defended. Hope you're enjoying the game tonight. Again, SETV delivering it. We have just shy of 20 minutes left in the game. I have not heard a score yet, or I should say seen a score yet, for the Hoban North Canton Hoover game that is going on as we watch. And should also mention, since I'm getting hate text now, Bruce Rutsky, Jan, yes, you are not shop liver. You have been a huge supporter of the Comets and glad that you are watching. I do want to mention as we're going through here that we have a special fan here tonight who I believe is an SSC player, Colin Utterback, who has been watching games with his family every game the Comets have been on, or I should say they've been out watching the games from the parking lot. Colin was able to score some tickets tonight with his dad, Dwayne, and they are watching their first Comets game from the comfort of the stadium. Ball's played up and around. Noah Yankee's going to try and get to this one. Nicely defended by the center defender for the Blue Streaks. Ball's going to go out. That will be a throw for the Comets. I want to give a shout out also to the Comets girls soccer program. Fortunately, their playoff run came to an end earlier this week against Menor. See a Comet substitution. David Hedden, who scored his first goal against the Arcs on Saturday, comes in. Noah Yankee is going to come over and take a seat. I'm going to guess that Noah's day is done at this point. Ball comes out and around. David is a junior. David's just one of those players that last couple of years in JV ball, he has just had a knack for delivering just unbelievable goals. Nick Satari wins that ball. He's going to try and he's looking for the cross. Isn't able to find anything. Plays the ball back nicely. Ryan Funderburg's going to look to see where his options are. Ball is nicely pushed out by the Blue Streak defender. It's going to be a long throw for Funderburg. As I look through here, he does not have Eric Nwafu in, so he's got shorter targets. Let's see what happens here. Ball comes up and around. And Zayna Morales tried to get the ball over. Nick Vinmere plays that ball up and around. Tries to get it past Kellen Zielinski, who's able to put a foot on it and go from there. As I was mentioning, the girls, Comet girls soccer team, playoffs ended earlier this week, losing a 2-0 decision to the Menor Cardinals. had a good season that I know they were all expecting and hoping to play deeper into the playoffs than this. The boys, I know both teams, really, the boys supported the girls. Girls have done an awesome job supporting the boys. It's been fun to watch both teams and both teams going out there and supporting one another. But the girls, I'm looking around here and I see several Solon Comets girls soccer jackets here, so I know that they are supporting here as well. We are down to 16 minutes in the game. Looks like at this point both teams are content with playing the lineups they have out there and seeing where it's going to go. Coach Greenhill has been making substitutions up front with his forwards and mids. As I say that, the defense back line of Ben Moss, Aaron Kaiser, Kellen Zielinski, and Ryan Fernderberg still intact. We have a handball. That will be a free kick for the Blue Streaks. Hope you're having fun here tonight watching the game. Good game to see. And I know one that we've been all excited. That's been one of the neat things about the playoffs this year. Nicely played ball. Ball comes across, hits off a foot. I think there's actually a Comet foot there. Zach Baldwin gets the quick restart, makes it a real quick distribution. He's trying to hit David Hedden in stride. David gets that ball. So what I was talking about David always seeming to be in the right place, right time, trying to work through his defender. He's got Nick Satari coming up to overlap him. Ball comes over to Nick. Nick's going to have to swing that ball around. Nicely does. Played out. Comets are going to try and win this one in the middle, but no, that one's going to be all Blue Streaks. Zach Baldwin coming way off his line to play that one. Look, that's a souvenir in the crowd. Somebody gets that. That's a goalie move to make sure your defense gets time to reset and get ready for the play. Nicely done. I know when Zach was watching tape of the Blue Streaks, he saw very quickly that this was not going to be a game that he was going to be sitting on his line. He was going to have to come out to absorb everything he could to make sure they stopped everything before it started. Comets are going to kick that ball out, try and push it downfield a little farther. Continuing to talk about players here out on the ball. Tyler Pollock got the start today in the midfield. I know that Coach Greenhill has been starting Brandon Silverstein, really good defending mid as well. But I think knowing just how aggressive the Blue Streaks are, he basically wanted to go with a little bit more muscle, I think, with Tyler. Tyler's just a good, hard-nosed soccer player. And as I say that, he just is really smart with how he plays. Just very hard to get the ball over and around. Nicely done, Zach Baldwin. Ball goes up, trying to get a defender to move on that ball. Nicely defended as we go. I know that every keeper's dream is to get an assist. Zach was fortunate enough to get a goal earlier this year off of a PK. As we are going through here, I want to send a hello out to Brandon Silverstein's grandmother, Liddy. She is watching at home and enjoying every minute of watching her grandson playing up top in the striker position for the Comets this evening. He is playing extremely well. As I mentioned, Brandon's future I don't think is in the midfield. I think it's going to be up front, and I can see him scoring a lot of goals next year. Talking about players in the back here, I know Jake Moss of the Moss brothers has just done such a fantastic job up front with his goals, scoring at some of the most incredible goals we've seen all year. Ben, his brother, his twin, plays one of the center back positions for the Comets. Ben just does a terrific job. He's just one of those players you just cannot beat him out with a ball in the air. Got a really nice distribution, often takes the free kicks, putting the ball in there. I've often joked with them, with Ben being able to set his brother up, and that has happened actually several times. Nicely played there by Brandon. Finds David Hedden, or excuse me, Xander Morales. Xander Morales over to David Hedden, takes it over just a little bit too far. Trying to thread the needle on that one and went a little bit too far. Next to Ben Moss in the middle is Aaron Kaiser. Aaron Kaiser is one of those players, and as I say that, ball's bounced around by Aaron. Zach Baldwin comes off his line to clear that one and push it out. Aaron is one of those players, started playing in that center back position his sophomore year. Started varsity. Good player all the way around. Nicely. David Hedden's trying to find his way around that ball. But Aaron is one of those players, just a good hard-nosed player. always very hard to get the ball by him. He's not afraid any header or any other ball coming across. And as I say that, that was one where I'm not sure that was a call, but that's okay. It is what it is. It will be a free kick, not a throw. Go ahead, young man, take that ball in the middle. Aaron is one of those players that honestly, I don't think I've ever heard him talk. He's very quiet, but he lets his play speak for him, and he plays loud. He plays dominating defense. Really hard to get that ball across the mouth. Beautifully played. Trying to thread the needle there. I didn't see who the player was. Kellen Zielinski got submarined on that when he went up for the ball. That will be a free kick for the Comets. Not sure if Ryan Funderburk or Zach Baldwin will take this one. I know at this point Zach is probably looking to work time up the clock, although everybody's going up, so he's going to go ahead and just play this ball away. See where that ball can go. And the ball will go out. Kellen Zielinski talked about him in the first half. Again, he has become a defensive specialist. David Hedden gets the step in front of the defense. He's going to look to play the ball in the middle. Tries to get it to Brandon Silverstein. Wins the baseline, plays it across. Beautifully played. Unfortunately, step in front of Nick. Wasn't able to get a foot on it, but that's okay. It's going to be a throw for the Comets. And I believe Ryan Funderburk's going to work his magic over there and see where it goes from there. I want to talk about some of the reserves on the lineup tonight. Actually, as good as the Comets have been this year, and this we are able to hold on, will be win number 13 on the season, 13-2-1. Here comes the long throw by Ryan Funderburk. Puts the ball into the middle, comes across, header. And did that hit the side or did that hit the goal? That hit the goal. Well done, Xander Morales. Cue the X-Man. Beautiful throw by Ryan Funderburk. Not sure how Xander worked through his defender, but was able to get there, get the head on it, put that one away. Goal, Comets. And the X-Man, Xander Morales, does it again. Xander has very quietly worked himself into the starting offense. He started the year as one of our defensive players. As I mentioned, he's played every position but goalie. I think Coach Greenhill has discovered that he's got a hidden weapon in Xander, since Xander really was the game against Copley that he just came out and scored the second goal in that game, give the Comets a 2-0 win. But just that was a game where he shot it with his left foot, ball was blocked, immediately stepped up, shot it with his right foot, buried it, hit it so hard the keeper did not even move, upper 90, just a beautiful thing. That seemed to light a spark in Xander, and he has not slowed down since. Great to see him with another goal here as the Comets now go up 4-0, with just shy of 10 minutes left in the ballgame. Zach Baldwin plays that ball up and around, plays that keeper to keeper. As I mentioned, every goalkeeper's goal is either score a goal or at least get the assist. Zach has not had an assist this year, but he's trying to do so. That'll be a free kick for the Blue Streaks here from just over half field. Got just under 9 minutes left in this evening's game. Waiting to see if we can get some scores coming up here. See where what's happening over in Hoban with Hoban and North Canton Hoover. Gotta admit, Hoban is the top seed in this bracket, but Hoover has been there before. That's the team that won the district. Did really well against Medina. They're not the team they were last year. I don't know if they're better or worse. I haven't seen them play. But because they've been there and done that, and this is a Hoban team that has really had a fantastic season, but didn't have it last year. I'm curious to see if the experience of the North Canton Hoover Vikings is enough. David Hedden was trying to get a step on that one. That ball's going to go off. That'll be a goal kick for the Blue Streaks. We're going to see some additional Comet substitutions. Kellen Zielinski's day is done, as is Eric Mesmer's. Coming in, Jaden Sussman coming in at one of the right back. Josh Goodman is going to come in as one of the center backs. Josh is a fantastic player. He had a knee injury here a year ago and had most of his junior season cut off because of it, but really has just played phenomenal seeing him get back in the lineup, seeing him playing. It's been fun to see him go, but I know he's got the brace on tonight, but seeing him in that center back position, plays with a ton of confidence, and even with the knee injury, really does not slow down. Nicely done there, Josh. I think you know I was just talking about him. Josh just gets leveled on that one, and here we are talking about the knee, and he's down because of the knee. Oh boy, I hope he's okay. Also on the substitutions here, Mark Groth Jr. comes in to play the right wing. Josh is back up and standing. It looks as though he got his knee jarred there a little, but he's okay. Also in the mid position, Alex Rosen is in. Alex, one of those finesse players that I'm extremely excited to see him play next year for the Comets. So free kick here for the Blue Streaks. Xander Morales gets all that one. David Hedden's trying to thread the needle over to Brandon Silverstein. Brandon's going to play that ball out and back to Mark Roth and try and restart it around. Really good to see Coach Greenhill getting players in, getting a chance to get some playoff experience. Xander Morales gets a step on his defender. It's going to be Xander versus the goalie. Puts the ball nicely defended. Ball comes back to Xander. He threads the needle. Count it. Goal, Xander Morales. He had so much with the goal before, he said, why not make another? 5-0 Comets over the Blue Streaks with 6 minutes, 37 seconds left. That's what I call a hustle goal. And that's the X-Man making it happen. Xander got the breakaway, got a couple steps on his defender, was seeing the keeper. Nick Winder came off his line, nicely defended the first shot. Ball came off to the side. Xander swallowed it up, was able to figure out the angle, put that one home, 5-0. Congrats, Mom and Dad. Your son's got 2 goals on the night. Ball takes a bad bounce. Goes right to the striker for the Blue Streaks off of Ben Moss's attempt. Puts that ball a little bit left. Zach Baldwin's going to go ahead and cue that ball up to go from there. We had a reset here. Xander Morales' evening is done. Jack Riley, one of the JV players that came up with the playoff roster, is now in. Jack is he's just got this innate ability to make just beautiful shots. He's fun to watch play. Also going to have Pinok Chitness come in. Not sure where Pinok is coming. They're moving players around right now. Ben Moss's day is done. He is coming out. Old Pinok was coming in one of the defensive positions here this evening. And here we see Jack Riley moving down. But good to see, and this is where good programs, why they're good year after year. When you start a winning tradition, you see players, there's an expectation that if not going to win every night, you're going to at least be competitive every night. But it's when you get players, everybody getting in. And this is one of those games where you know who's going to start, you know who's going to be the first off the bench. But in a game that's 5-0, it's going to be a Comets win. You get a chance to get everybody in there, get their feet, get a chance to play some playoff soccer, go up against a good competitor in the Blue Streaks. It's going to be a throw-in here for the Blue Streaks. See if the Comets can hold the shutout. Nicely thrown into the middle. That ball comes right down to Tyler Pollock. He clears it. Alex Rosen plays the ball up from there. Ball's bouncing around. Blue Streaks are going to have a cross coming in here. Move it around, and there's that cross. And Josh Goodman comes up. The Blue Streak player is able to get the header. Zach Baldwin grabs that one, takes it. I'm sure he's going to take all of his 10 seconds here to move that ball around. Let's see how far his punt goes this evening. And that was a beauty. One's going to fall 10 yards beyond half line. Jack Riley trying to play the ball around. As I was saying here, and that's Brandon Silverstein getting a little too excited. Started just a step too fast here to try and go from there. But as I was talking about a winning tradition, it's being able to play these big games, being able to see your starters, and it's so competitive to get into that starting lineup or be one of the first reserves off the bench. But just being around that, it's the practices, it's seeing, with soccer, you get better by playing against players who are better than yourself. And it's what happens in practice. It's the timing. It's doing all those things. And it's, in this case, a very large junior class, 13 people, 13 players, excuse me, many of which would be starting in other teams, but because of really the strength of the senior class, have been coming off the bench or not getting as much time. It's a corner kick for the Blue Streaks. Ball's coming across, nicely put down on point. Tries to center it. And there's a shot on goal, and it's stopped there. I believe that was Jack Riley. He got his big foot in the way. Yes, it was. Ball coming around. That ball's going to come up, over, and out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for the Comets. But as I mentioned that, seeing it come together, it's just been so much fun to watch a program come together the way the Comets program has, and other winning programs, I should say. That there's some fantastic programs here in Northeast Ohio, and always good to see when we get to the state level and get to see Northeast Ohio versus Central Ohio versus Northwest down by Cincinnati, etc. Comets trying to work the ball on the right side. Ball is played nicely into the middle. Let's see if Brandon Silverstein can get it. Widmer picks that one up. Widmer, excuse me, picks that one up. He's going to take the ball from there. I'm going to give a shout out to Morgan Krantz, who's watching from Ohio State this evening. Morgan, your mom, dad, brother, and younger sister Emma are in the stands tonight watching the game. Yes, cheering on the Comets, but would also tell you cheering on Zach, I'm sure. Ball's coming across there. There's going to be a shot on goal. Zach is able to move the ball around. Gets it. He's going to have to clear it. It's one of those balls where thankfully nobody was following up on that one. Ball comes off to the side from David Hedden. Nick Satari's got it. He's going to pop that ball over the middle, trying to work that ball in. I think that hit a little bit harder off the top than he was expecting. Ball's going to go out. We're down to the final minute, 23 seconds. As we're going through here, it has been a fabulous night if you were a Solon soccer fan. Comets will advance to the district final for the second year in a row. Ball played over. And I believe that was Nick Satari trying to work the ball around. It's going to go over. 1 minute left in the game. Comets just working the ball around, trying to preserve this shutout. Comets are sitting on a bunch of records right now, and as I say that, this has just been a team that, well, as a parent who's coached most of these boys, you just knew you had something special with this group, and they have played together for so long, and to see it all starting to come together. All right, Jack Riley trying to get a step there, almost had it nicely defended by the Blue Streaks defense. Ball's coming up around. We're down to the final 25 seconds. When I mentioned some of the exciting streaks that the Comets have had this year, there was a point in this season where the Comets were 1 win, 2 losses, and a tie. Since then, the Comets have now rattled off 12 wins in a row. It is the final. Comets have won 12 in a row. They are now 13, 2, and 1. That is a record to be excited about, but to have 12 wins in a row, we don't know if this will be the Comets' final home game of the year, but if it is, the Comets went 10-0 at home. Again, something we haven't seen before. Just a fantastic season all the way around. I'll give a shout out here as I'm looking over. I didn't get a chance to talk about Mark Groth. I mentioned he came in the defense. Mark is, again, one of those players who just plays really, really well. Just a good soccer player. He's getting more and more time as we're going here, but he's one of, I would tell you, he's going to challenge for one of the center back positions here. And finally, Ethan Smith is the only player I believe that didn't get in tonight. Ethan is the backup goalie. He's a junior. Ethan stands at 6'1". He is plenty tall. Team will be in good hands with Ethan next year. Final score here in Solon: Comets 5, Uniontown Lakes season comes to a close. Both teams playing a really good game tonight. Everybody left it out on the field. Couldn't be happier. Again, thank you so much for watching the game tonight. We'll have more to report as soon as we know who the next opponent and where we'll be playing. Good night, everybody.